before I get started, first thing first, I want to go ahead and give my thoughts and prayers to our brothers and sisters who are still trying to survive the man-made effect that is known as Hurricane Harvey down in Houston and throughout South Texas. You know, give a shout out. Also want to give a shout out to the Mexican government who are rushing to go ahead to aid our brothers and sisters there too, because apparently this fucking administration is not really trying to go ahead and do that on that short notice as anybody could well plain and see. So, you know, like I said, to our people, like one of the queens from the new Black Panther Party, September 8th, I just want to let y'all know they tend to make a move up there to try to go ahead and help. To try to go ahead and help our brothers and sisters up there. So it's about time, yeah, we need to try to do something to come together. If y'all down, you know, link up with them and let's go. The article, I think everything like that, if you got an account with Black Spot, it's there. I'm gonna try to get the link to that and leave it in the description for that wouldn't go, because on this video here, I was just up all the sisters morning since 3 o'clock. You know, yeah, I do my best work in the dark. Keeping up with current events and coming up with stories, and you know I'm finna go in on this one. The piece of trash that you see right here happens to be former Milwaukee County Sheriff David Alexander Clark Jr. You know, I was watching Taurine Rain's video as well as everybody else's on, from Willie D, the Ticket, everybody's on. And, you know, the thing about him resigning, it's not really nothing joyful to celebrate about. He didn't get fired. He didn't get sued, which he should be getting sued, because I believe the reason he resigned because he know them lawsuits are coming, especially about the deaths that's been going on in his jails. Preferably like a black baby infant dying in his jail cell. But David Clark has been nothing but that super scion coon. He had that title last year when Tariq Nasheed hosted the Coon Train Awards. He won the Coon of the Year award back in 2016, 2015, I believe. But now I believe that shit, Stephen A. Snitch and Jason and the human pork chop, human ham hocks known as Jason Whitlock are trying to compare for that. But I said this back in January, and I was one of the first to say it. I said, do not be surprised that sooner or later this cocksucker may end up in a position, excuse me, in the Arkham Asylum administration, headed, of course, by King Louis 45. And I couldn't be dead. I could be no right than this. You know. You think all those times that he had a meeting with 45 during his campaign that you just thought it was just small talk? You better think again. You know, it's like what Tariq Nasheed said, like, you know, don't be celebrating too soon. They just gonna give him some quote unquote a token Negro position, just like they did Ben Carson's dumbass. You know. Just like they gave Ben Carson. You know. A brilliant brain surgeon, but how the hell he can be head of the Department of Housing and Urban Development? But David Clark has always raised my ire when his coonery that goes on with that. So let's not be too joyous and celebrate about that. This is him again. He was recently at, you can see this, at a Neanderthal recessive 8 ILA inconsistent loser 8 leadership forum at an NRA convention. You know, because y'all know at one time, I don't think nobody knows this, that David Clark used to be one black spokesperson for the NRA. Now they got their new bootleg in Coleon Noir, you know, who often references himself as a urban gun enthusiast. I haven't done the video yet on the NRA and what they're doing though, but that's coming. That's coming, especially now that they're giving them insurance to go ahead to murder black people, called the Carry Guard. Because you know all them NRA commercials, every time you see them, it's nothing but mostly white people in them. Everybody from this Grant Stench Peckerwood to Dana Lash, you know, who's maybe about a year away from doing granny porn. You know. But, you know, David Clark is a fucking idiot. You know, so he boils my blood, but not as much as some other coons have done in the past and stuff like that, because that's what, if it came down to me and him going at it, you know, squaring up and all that, I'll break his ass down like a shotgun. I know he's like about, what, 6'6", 6'7". I'll break his ass down like a shotgun. People like David Clark, as I warned you about, as well as Harvey Superboy, Mr. Superboy 223 has warned y'all about, that these baby boomers, these the ones who basically messed it up for our generation. Like I said in my last video, old niggas are cowards. You know, guys like Jim Brown, Andy Young, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all those guys. You know, they messed it up for our generation. You know, he's like in his 50s. And you know, he's got his little Becky he lay up in bed with and all that. So, you know, David Clark came to my attention to me back in 2008, 2009. So, with him, it's nothing new. But like I said, do not celebrate yet that he resigned. I know, as far as for my brothers and sisters down in Milwaukee, and my allies and my friends down there in Milwaukee, who told me about, that's how I know, who told me a while back that he used to ride through the streets of Milwaukee with his own security detail and stuff, because you know he was gonna run for office. He was gonna try to be the mayor of Milwaukee and stuff like that. Yeah, it was that crazy. It was that crazy. So, but I could understand that people in Milwaukee, they're having a hell of a party right now. They're having a hell of a party now. Glad they got this bootlick up out of them. That he resigned. But he's gonna end up, like I said this before, he's gonna get into the position, probably with the Department of Homeland Security, and go ahead and inflict more damage than what you realize. So, you know, let's just keep our third eye open, people, and let's keep our pineal gland activated. You know, we got to start being like Lionel with a sword of omens. You know, give me sight beyond sight. Apply and activate your pineal gland, because we about to see some bullshit go through. And speaking of bullshit, that brings me to my next story here. that I wanted to talk about. I was doing some intensive research, particularly on this, about, we all know this was ground zero last month in Charlottesville, Virginia. You know, the alt-mice and all these neo-Nazi white nationalist rally, coming descended down here on Charlottesville, Virginia. All this to protect, because they white people and idols, you know what I'm saying? Idolism with statues. They want to do that to show remnants of their greatness and stuff. To protect the statue of slave owner and Confederate General Robert E. Lee. Now I know it's gonna have some idiots that's gonna come on here talking about saying, "Oh, Robert E. Lee never owned no slaves," and all this other stuff. That I expect from the racist, recessive trolls. But damn, when the coon trolls start showing up, that's even worse. These old Uncle Ruckus ass motherfucking jokers. I tell you like this. Like I say, the statue's still gonna come down regardless. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Even Robert E. Lee's family members who was on his news show, they even say they don't care nothing about their statue, because they say their great grandfather, they say he ain't wanted no statue in his name. So so crackers need to get over themselves with this shit. But that's the thing about it. But that was the cause of it. Why what y'all saw in Charlottesville from the Caucasian terrorist that drove his car and plowed into some people, that killed Heather Heyer, to DeAndre Harris getting nearly got beat down by a bunch of them, including that racists say that, "Oh, I'm not racist, I'm Spanish," and all that, which is not a nationality anyway, but he a Puerto Rican, wanted to pass for being white. Alex Michael Ramos, who I found out happens to be a doctor. Okay, I showed y'all this picture on my Facebook page. I showed it on my Instagram page. Get the fuck away from him. Don't be. That's how I say, man. But here's the interesting thing. I got word that the Charlottesville police were ordered to stand down and let these vermin run amok. They were ordered to stand down. And we seen some of those actions and all that. Now they come out with a letter now that recently came out. I'm going to leave a link in the description for that one too. They came out with a letter talking about saying that they didn't receive no such orders. Then you got some right-wing publication, I'm assuming is Bitch Bart, that said, like, that's totally misinformation, is incorrect and all that, so on and so forth. Well, action speaks more louder than words, because we seen these same pigs turned around and defended the white nationalists from a much larger opposition, the black-cladded guys known as Antifa, which kind of been interesting to me and stuff. Antifa's been around a lot longer than what you realize. But yeah, they were ordered to stand down. I mean, that's no surprise right there. That's no surprise, because think about it. I got on my conspiracy theory thinking cap on right now. Back when President Kennedy was assassinated, there was stories told that the Secret Service will be lax on his detail down there in Dallas that led to his assassination. Just like in 93 during the Oklahoma City bombing, the guy who drove the truck, You know, Timothy McVeigh went, yeah, he got put to death. The cracker dead. Fuck him. You know, the people that drove the truck, they the ones got arrested, and former President Bill Clinton ordered their release. There's stories on that. So that's why I said this right here doesn't struck a chord to me whatsoever. This doesn't surprise me whatsoever, because like I said, you got to understand, these white nationalists has infiltrated themselves, as Professor Black Truth said, into law enforcement. Law enforcement happens to be, they happen to be the enforcement arm of Caucasian terrorism, aka white supremacy. Okay, just like with the media that I just told y'all about, like Bitch Bart, Stormfront, which is not around anymore, and the Daily Stormer, which is down too. Those that happen to be the propaganda arm of white supremacy. Oh, and let's not forget about the DA's office, and then you got the judge's chamber. Okay, you put those 4 pieces together, and then with the body known as white supremacy, and form the head, dude, that shit come together like Voltron, man. Because it's like I always said, as Dr. Nellie Fuller say, you gotta understand, when you're dealing with white supremacy and racism, there are 9 facets that they have their tentacles in, which it happens to be labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, economics, education, and entertainment. Let me say that again. Labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, economics, education, and entertainment. The 9 facets. Okay? And they affect every one of them. Because when I talk to some young people, and unfortunately, you're always gonna have 1 or 2 loudmouth idiots. When you talk about it, I don't read it in the comment section, because every video I do, I read all the comments. They talk about white supremacy. Like, I even had a cracker even talking about saying, "Oh, ain't no such thing as global white supremacy and stuff." Okay, that just proved my point right there. That when we mention white supremacy, we talking about someone or something who happens to be supreme over somebody else. It's not meaning that they're better than you. Let me make myself clear, because like I said, I'm quoting Dr. Nellie Fuller. White supremacy doesn't mean that they're better than you. They just supreme over you at that moment. Case in point, many of y'all who be at your job or your employment, your place of employment, at your careers, a person who's always supreme over you has to be somebody being Caucasian. That don't mean that they're better than you. That don't mean that they're smarter than you. They just supreme over you for those 8 hours that you there over the job, on your job. Because they have the position. Okay? But any other time in the week, when it comes down to something else that they don't know nothing about, and you do, see, now you're supreme over them. I'm just gonna give it a little lesson here. It's just like, take something a little bit closer. A lot of y'all got smartphones. You got your iPhones, you got your Samsung Galaxies, or any other Android phone, but let me just stick with those 2 right now. It's the Galaxies and the iPhones. You pick your Galaxy S8, S8 Plus, or Note 8 or whatever. You do whatever you want with it. You pull your little S Pen out, you write, you jot down, do whatever. You do whatever you tell it to do. And it does it, which basically means you supreme over that inanimate object, over that handset. Or better yet, when you in the swimming pool or you out at the beach taking a swim in the ocean, okay, you do realize you supreme over that ocean because you doing what you want in that ocean, and that's either doggy paddle, diving, swimming, swan dive, whatever. Even if you on a jet ski or on a boat, you supreme over that ocean because you doing what you want. You riding on the waves and all that, you fishing, whatever. But then after 3 hours, you are swimming or whatever, or being on the boat or whatever, or a jet ski, you start to get tired. Now the thing flipped. Now the ocean is now supreme over you. These are things that you really have to think about. You know, you really have to think about. Black people, and I'm talking to my people and my people alone. So I'm gonna say this again, to the so-called white people that watch my videos, that come there to watch my videos. You know, if you're not about that, you're not about that racist shit. You ain't about trying to, you know, you trying to coexist, you trying to live too or whatever like that, and you standing up against racism and white supremacy. Because the fact of the matter, it doesn't even benefit white people neither. It only benefits the 1%, if you really want to put it like that. Okay. On that note, if you know you ain't like that, then this is not in reference to you. Because if you ain't offended by what I say, hey, then you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. But for the ones who in their feelings, and then, you know, they get upset because they can't handle the truth venom that I spit, then see ya. Shit, I will not shed a tear for you. I never did. But that's the point when it comes down to white supremacy. Because the words white supremacy, white isn't even a nationality nor a race. And there's nothing supreme about them. Period. If they were so supreme, and it's Torin Rain's favorite subject when it comes to this, then who's leading the rates and death in the opioid and heroin and crystal meth epidemic? Why is white on white crime is still on the rise? Why is white baby births at a steady decline? Why is white women refusing to not get impregnated anymore? And it's about 7 other things too, but I could get back to that on that later. Right now, it's another story that I also came across too, and I never talked too much about this, but like, you know, until now, you know, I've been keeping my eye on the comedy show known as the Trump administration. And this may sound short. I'm gonna leave the link in the description of what's going on. You know, this is new White House Chief of Staff John Kelly. We all know this is I'm a nigga Delego, as Janet Hubert cussed her ass out, you know. Well, it seems like that the White House Chief of Staff and the mean old grandpa that you don't want to invite to a cookout and don't give a damn, John Kelly, yeah, a little bit of Stephen Colbert for a while, is really trying to, he's really shaking shit up over there at the White House. You seeing more and more people resigning, getting the fuck away from King Louis 45. But now he's starting to go ahead and put the brakes on the limits of Omarosa having access to King Louis 45. Now, I don't know how this is going to sit well with 45, but according to the article that I did come across, this is what I see. I'm going to read a little bit of it, though, because it's a very long one, and I really didn't read it, but you can see that sucker's very long. Beast, definitely got into this. Hold on, let me. I'm trying to do a browser. Anyway, so here we go. Newly minted White House Chief of Staff John Kelly has sought to put a dent in the influence of one of President Donald Trump's most famous advisors, Omarosa Magnegal, the former Apprentice co-star who currently serves as the communications director for the Office of Public Liaison, has seen her direct access to the president limited since Kelly took the top White House job in late July. Yeah, he came aboard after they got rid of Anthony Scaramucci. I liked it, the mooch. I liked it, him. Got that Sicilian blood in him. Say, call him mooch. Anybody that can go ahead and tell a fat white nationalist he can suck his own cock, well, I ain't got no. Put my money on the mooch any day between that. Anyway. So in particular, Kelly has taken steps to prevent her and other senior staffers from getting unvetted news articles on the president's Resolute desk, a key method for influencing the president's thinking, and one that Magnegal used to rile up Trump about internal White House drama. Now, multiple sources inside and outside the Trump White House told the Daily Beast that until recently it was common practice for aides to slide into the Oval Office and distract and infuriate the president with pieces of negative news coverage. Magnegal, they say, was one of the worst offenders. Oh, wait a minute, let me stop right there. That's why y'all been seeing a lot of the cuckoo-ness that's been going on as of late, especially his latest one when he went down there to Texas, talking about saying, survive on your own. Texas can be strong they'll be all right, blah, blah, blah. And want to talk about his crowd size, never experiencing and stuff. That's why you've been seeing the bullshit that you've been seeing for the past 8 months. Because it's just not Omarosa. I'm pretty sure it's plenty of those other white folks like Steve Bannon and the rest of them that's been pulling a lot of that bullshit. So, no doubt. And so now here we go. When General Kelly is talking about clamping down on access to the Oval Office, she's patient zero, which a source close to the Trump administration said. The stories Magnegal will present to Trump, often on the phone or printed out, would often enrage the president and resulted in him spending at least the rest of the day fuming about it. For example, one White House source noted that Magnegal was one of the people who would bring to President Trump's attention online articles concerning MSNBC host and former Trump pals Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski. Mika Brzezinski, the father who was Ted Brzezinski, former national security advisor. Yeah. Slagging him and his administration. Now, this contributed, at least in small part, to the president's mountain rage against the MSNBC couple, which exploded in late June, where I can never forget this, boy. This was something when Trump attacked them and tweeted that, among other things, Brzezinski was bleeding badly from a facelift. And Mika Brzezinski, she's racist too, so do not feel sorry for her. Same with Joe Scarborough. Neither one of them ain't shit. Magnegal earned a reputation within the White House for this kind of stuff. And to many of her colleagues, it quickly overshadowed her comms duties and pro-Trump outreach to African-American audience. In other words, make a long story short, Omarosa don't give a fuck about us. As long as she's in there, she's good. Now, Kelly is not thrilled by any means by Magnegal. Okay? He is, however, thrilled that he has been able to stop staffers, including Omarosa, from bolting into the Oval Office and triggering the president with White House violence intrigue stories. So one of Kelly's first organizational changes upon taking the chief of staff job was to strictly limit and vet the information that aides put before the president during official work hours, according to a pair of internal memos first reported by Politico. Politico is one of those guys that 45 calls fake news. Kelly also imposed new restrictions on what used to be very lax Oval Office walk-in privileges for senior staffs. The free flow of information and casual pop-ins, during the day has become a means for officials to enlist the president in their preferred policy initiatives. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Damage the standing of White House rivals in the president's eyes or nudge Trump toward a particular attitude or mood. I ain't gonna go no further than this, but I'm gonna leave the link in the description, but you kind of get the picture what John Kelly is doing. See, he trying to keep shit starters from coming in and preventing 45 from doing what he's supposed to do as president. And you know, these past 8 months he's been doing a real fucked up job, you know. But here's the thing, why Kelly gonna target Omarosa besides the fact that she's black? But you know, she ain't really on our side, so you know, she's the typical bed wench side piece for Trump, you know. That's just plain and simple. Because my in past pictures, when you seen pictures of Donald Trump and Omarosa together, Trump is more happy around Omarosa than he is around Melania. But that's no surprise either. That's no surprise. But I'm gonna leave a link into the story for this one and for the previous one as well. But you know, that's the thing about with that though. But I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm gonna leave y'all with a little bit of something regarding 45. He's already still got the investigation of Russia going and all this stuff. But here's something I'm gonna leave y'all with. You're gonna I'm gonna be the first to hear to say it. Something big is gonna happen in November. I'm not saying no more on it. Something big is coming in November. And it's going to involve 45. That's all I'm going to say when it comes to that. Anyhow, this is before I leave on this, make sure that to my subs, make sure y'all go over to the Black Spot and try to open up a Black Spot account. They do got it free, and if you want to prefer, try to upgrade too. Whether it's $5, you know, upgrade your account to either $5 a month or $60 a year. Because after all, it's our platform, our own social media network platform, along with Black Junction. Support them too, you know, so that we can start supporting each other and stuff like that. That's could be our place for black people can come ahead, get together, converge. We can do trade and commerce and business economics among each other. You know, if y'all can spend all y'all time on Fedbook and Instascam, and even here on YouTube, you know, you can do and Twitter and Periscope and Snapchat, do the same thing too. You can do the same thing over there too. Because as the brother Dario Cluas was saying, that we is finna have our own thing. Hold on a second, sorry about that. That's the wrong one. You know, we finna have our own thing when it comes to this. So black spot right here. You know, so let's go ahead and let's get this done, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if we would have had like an apparatus in place, well, we'd had something where everybody would have had fun and had boats or, you know, something like that. We could have been rushing down there to Houston with the boats and all that and rescuing some of our people down there who were getting passed over by these crackers, and the crackers shouting racial slurs at them, saying "F you, nigga." Go ahead and pray to Jesus to come save you and shit like that. And then you got that other cracker, Joel Osteen, who basically closed his doors, didn't want none of the evacuees there, and got armed guards there. And make it worse for wear, Tyler Perry, buck dancing ass, donated $250,000, I believe, $250,000 to his shirt, you know, caping up for him. But this for us, man. This is for us. You know, because I read through some places where some of y'all niggas are just so damn sorry, saying like, man, I don't want to pay no $5 a month. $5 a month, that's gonna hurt you, or $60 a year. But you can't, you know, it's the worst thing. It pissed me off, you know. You're quick and ready to go support somebody who doesn't like you, they shit. But you can't even support your own. You know. It's crazy. But support them, Black Junction, you know, and Black Junction is just like Facebook. I mean Facebook. Almost same thing. Almost same thing, man. And speaking of Black Junction, cause see, we trying to have our own YouTube as well. You know, Black Spot TV. Try to donate to that too, man. You know what I'm saying? So that way we could go ahead and post our videos and stuff over there and keep our people informed and stuff like that. You know? But see, some people don't want that to happen. You know? They don't want that to happen. But anyway, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. You know, let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Like I said, support the Black Spot, support Black Spot, support Black Junction, support Black Spot TV, donate if you can, and all that, so we can get that project moving to help Brother Dario. You know, he's brought the Black Spot to us. I was there with him. Opened my account during the beta stages and stuff before it launched. Same thing with Black Junction. I was there. I'm there too, and still love. So, like, you know, for people who follow me on Facebook or whatever, as y'all know, I no longer post my videos over there on Facebook. People want to see my videos or comment, they have to come to YouTube and sub, and you know, just to get the notifications. So when I upload new videos, y'all get them. That's because, like I said, like, nigga, fuck Fedbook. I done been in Fedbook jail over there twice, and I see they targeting Mark Zuckerberg. They targeting black accounts and stuff, especially if you bring in some realism. Same thing with YouTube. Same thing here. Same exact thing here. You know, that's why we need our own platforms and stuff like that. So that way we ain't got to be dealing when it come to these cracker shit. We'll have our own shit. That's why I say economics is important, and we control our own economics. They can't fuck with it. That's the one thing that the white supremacists fear. They fear that the most. They lose their minds. Just like they lost their minds when Mayweather beat the shit out of Conor McGregor. Oh, and shout out to Town Biz too, man. I meant to talk about that as well. that Conor McGregor may be suffering some serious brain damage. Let me say that again to all you Conor McCracker fans. And some of y'all niggas was going with Conor McGregor too. Yeah, he suffered some serious brain damage. Y'all cats be talking about Floyd can't hit hard. 2 different platforms. That's all I got to say. And even in the real world, that MMA shit, boxing is still the shit. But like I said, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section about what Sheriff Coon here, ex-Sheriff Coon, and the rest of the other stories. You could go ahead, click share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications when I upload new videos. For that with said, the narrator, I'll be back with another.